Made to 20 episodes, everyone. 20 episodes. Yes, 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 yes. And this is Neo Reality Collective. And oh boy, big new stuff happening today on Wednesday. It's also Comic Book Wednesday, which means we get to unveil new comics I bought from Third Eye. Yay! So excited for that. You'll get that at the end. But let's dig into some news in the world of pop culture entertainment. And let's start off with WWE's continuing war of third parties because it can't stop here for some reason. AJ Styles has responded to these talks about WWE taking ownership of talent's third-party accounts. So he was recently streaming on his Twitch channel, which will be taken away from him because of what he just said, what he said, and took the time to discuss his thoughts on third-party edict update that Wrestling Inc. exclusively reported last week and the month before that. Then he stated that they will officially be taking ownership of the talent's third-party accounts in 4 weeks, and talent themselves will receive a portion of the revenue. The portion that they receive will also be counted against the talent's downside guarantee in their individual contracts. And Styles expressed his disappointment and is even more upset because he learned the news not from Vince, not from anyone, but from the fans themselves. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what they're expecting from us. That's when it comes to our channel. I don't know if it's something that they're like, we just want you guys under an umbrella like a Twitch or have a setup line and here is who is on and when. If that's the case, great. Then fans would know where and when to find us. I don't know if that's going to happen. I literally don't know. And unfortunately, I found out the same way you all did. Through the internet, which is a shame. You'd think it'd be better than that. For guys who are here trying to not only work for WWE, but get on here and Twitch and stuff and like that, you think it'd be a lot easier to communicate with us and us alone instead of whoever is behind the scenes and then going to Joe Blow and them having more information than us. Is anything set in stone? I don't think anything is. I think it's going to come down to communication. Styles added that they're not making millions on Twitch and they are not professional gamers. He said that superstars feel it's simply an opportunity to interact with fans, especially in a time when they haven't been able to see fans in several months due to the ongoing pandemic. Nobody is on here making millions on Twitch, well, except for Paige. So, yeah, she's screwed. We are not pro gamers. That's not what is happening. I feel like for us, it's an opportunity to do what we love, play video games and interact with our fans. It's a chance to appreciate you guys appreciating us. That's basically what's going on, especially with what's going on in the world. We don't get to see you guys anymore unless you're on a video screen in a Thunderdome. We don't get to see you. We don't get to talk to you. We don't get to do much. This is the next best thing. I don't know what they're hoping to get out of this. This communication has not been as great as we'd like. There's a lot of us who are all on the same page. We've talked to each other. We're facing the same thing. It's all doom and gloom, or oh, that's all they want. I feel like this is an opportunity for me and my channel to say this is what's really going on and debunk some stupid rumors that are going on. And he went on to say that despite what's going on, WWE is a great place to work, and the talent just needs to have the clear direction of understanding what is expected. He also briefly touched on the misclassification issue that's been brought back to light recently by Andrew Yang and his whole issue and how he hopes he doesn't get opened up to. And it's a whole issue that he hopes doesn't get opened up. WWE is a great place to work. I'm like, besides them saying that they own your real names, despite what you may think, despite what's going on with the Twitch and stuff like that, there just needs to be better communication, direction, lines in the sand. I guess you could say, like, you don't cross this, you can't do this, because there's that crazy thing about us being an independent contractor. It sounds crazy, I know. Yes, we are independent contractors, although we have all these rules that we have to follow as if we're not independent contractors. That's a whole other can that you don't even want to open up. Trust me. I don't want anyone else to open it up, to be honest with you. I know what's expected of me, and I'd rather keep it that way. We just need to know exactly what they want when it comes to. We need to figure out what is needed when it comes to our platforms. It seems like a roundabout way to tell you I don't know what's going on. So, Styles... Okay, I didn't see the video, so I clearly do not know what Styles really thought of this, but... Well, let's be real. Who would be happy about this? And the idea that you know, the saying of, oh, well, you see, it's probably just this or that, but they don't know because Vince is not telling anyone exactly what. He just says, give me your money. So, yeah. And it's not like hey, here's the thing. I don't know what Styles is hoping for out of this. Like I don't see anything good coming out of this. In my opinion, I feel like the roster needs to stand up to this because this could create a domino effect where if it happens here, then it's going to happen everywhere else, and other industries are going to say, well, Vince did it and got away with it, so I can do it and get away with it. And if it goes to court and this is declared legal, then they're all fucked. Is that what Styles is trying to say? Just say, oh well, if we don't address this in the courtroom, then this won't be a problem long term. It's just us. I don't know. I don't want them to lose their third party accounts over this. If this was a simple scheduling system, okay, maybe. But this is clearly, I want all your money, and I will take your downside guarantee as well as payment for you wasting time interacting with those pesky fans. So, yeah, and the fact that Styles found out on the internet, like it seemed like everyone on the roster were like, wait, we weren't told this, and it's true. Yeah, yeah, bad stuff all around, and I demand answers. And also more in the WWE landscape, WWE had reportedly had plans for a boxing champion Tyson Fury to fight Drew McIntyre. So WWE reportedly wanted to capitalize on McIntyre becoming the first ever British world champion and the hunger of the UK fan base for a big pay-per-view event. It's also said that WWE felt like putting McIntyre against a boxing star with mainstream appeal that would help elevate him. Or, you could just, make McIntyre awesome and book him well. But that's asking too much, right? Even though you've been doing it. McIntyre and Fury have been feuding for several months on social media, teasing a potential match. And McIntyre had said earlier this summer, the situation has affected a lot of plans. Let's just say things were looking positive, and when things are looking a bit normal, I'll be pushing once again because we're on the right path. It is not out of the case if it will happen, it's when it will happen. We got to roll with the punches right now, and eventually we will get that UK pay-per-view we deserve. People don't honestly care about a UK pay-per-view. They want WrestleMania in the UK, not just a standard UK pay-per-view like Rebellion or anything. Like, that's all everyone wants. That's what the UK fans, that's what we want. We want a WrestleMania hosted in the UK. Granted, America will probably be pissed, and especially Canada, but, people in the UK feel like they've earned the right to have a WrestleMania show, and now it's like, no, they should have it. And the idea that there's a high probability nowadays that Saudi Arabia could get WrestleMania before the UK, and they've been wrestling fans longer because blood money is more of a priority, is absolutely sad. As for Tyson Fury versus Drew McIntyre, oh god, I just hope Drew McIntyre was supposed to beat him. So WWE and Fox are going to air a special this Sunday along with their NFL coverage. WWE's Best Moments of 2020 will air alongside the Fox's NFL game this Sunday. Fans should check out the local listing. Yada yada yada. Their best moments of 2020, huh? Okay, how about breaking laws, defying social classes because you feel like you should be oppressive, but they're also going to get Renee Young to co-host the SmackDown special kickoff show. Yeah, so this is part of the season 2 initiative of SmackDown, and it will include a kickoff pre-show because, of course, on October 16th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Former WWE talent Renee Young will host the pre-show with Hall of Famer Booker T. Booker Sucker. They will be joined with other superstars and other guests live from the Thunderdome. And then the season 2 premiere will air on SmackDown for 8 p.m. So, yeah, this is the thing that bugs me when they say a season premiere, because the shows don't stop even when there's a horrendous disaster. Like the winter storm that happened, that got canned, and they did the shows and aired the pay-per-view Royal Rumble, which I'm pretty sure pissed off people who bought the pay-per-view traditionally, and that would not, I'm pretty sure they were pissed. But yeah, but when you call it a season premiere, even though you never set out to call it a season, like, so like when I think of a season for wrestling, it's like a whole year worth of content, but they never established that before. Heck, at least the gaming industry acknowledges when a season starts and ends, even though Fallout 76 didn't start with the season, it just started out of nowhere. I didn't even know it was a season. Yeah. So, I don't get this. I really don't get this. Oh, in other news, we're moving away from wrestling. We'll be back in that in a little bit. PS5 will make dust removal much easier than previous consoles. Yeah! As part of their teardown video, they've announced their dust catcher holes, which is the outer facade of the system will need to be removed to access the holes, but as the teardown shows, this is not a complicated procedure. Yeah, as part of Sony's teardown video they published, you can check that out on YouTube, I believe. Abe, and like I said, it comes out November 12th. I'm glad they're making it much easier for us to get rid of the dust. We hate dust. Let's hope I Hate Everything makes a video talking about the PS5. Should Disneyland reopen? California and Orange County reportedly disagree. Yeah, California's governor is like signing the date, and a date lead the way in deciding when Disneyland and other theme parks can open in the States. Well, due to all the layoffs and everything, people were like, should they come back? But at the same time, it's like, pandemic, we're going to be screwed if we do that. So it's a lose-lose situation. If you reopen the park, people get jobs. I get that. But at the same time, you risk infecting more people and therefore causing the virus to last longer. Or you shut down the parks, people lose jobs, and we are further fucked in the economy range. So we lose either way. Really, that's the gist of it. And not help what happened later. But we'll cut to that. Let's cut to more positive news. Halo Infinite merchandising continues with new premium bags. See them here. Microsoft partners with Hex for a line of Halo bags, including a sling and duffel. Let's see. So this is part of some tweet they posted, which shows some premium quality backpacks, Spartan 117 insignia, the Spartan backpack, the Spartan Tech backpack, the Oni sling, the UNSC duffel. Oh, so yeah, pretty cool gear. I'm looking at the images on Twitter. You can check it out on @hex_brand and check out their Halo gear. So it looks pretty cool. Let's just hope it doesn't end in disaster. You know, like you know what I'm thinking of. The nylon bag. The nylon bag of Fallout 76 when you were promised the canvas bag. So yeah, let's hope that's not the case this time. Especially since Halo Infinite is set to be a live service like Fallout 76, except 76 sucked. And the new Lord of the Rings, there's going to be a new gift set containing the extended theatrical trilogies of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit in 4K. And they're priced at $140, which is the full Peter Jackson trilogy saga. The set is currently up for pre-order, but does not have yet a release date. There was also a standard 4K set available for $90. Both sets contain the extended and theatrical cuts of all the movies. But they could reappear on Amazon Day, which takes place on October 13th. And Sean Austin, who plays Samwise Gamgee in Lord of the Rings, announced the release of the 3 films along with all the Hobbit movies in a recent video, which you can check out on YouTube. So looking forward to that. I already own the movies, as you can see behind me in the background. Yes. So I'm not all that concerned. Aaron Sorkin wants to make a follow-up to The Social Network. Yeah. 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 So, how do I say this? So, on MTV's Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Sorkin explained that he'd love to team up with Fincher to make a follow-up to the movie. I do want to see it, and producer Scott Rudin wants to see it. People have been talking to me about it. What we discovered is the dark side of Facebook. Sorkin said, but went on to clarify that he'll only write it if David Fincher directs it. So he says, like the social network before, the follow-up would be loosely based on a novel. For the social network, it was The Accidental Billionaires, the founding of Facebook, a tale of sex, money, genius, betrayal, by Ben Mertz, which was published in 2009. For the hypothetical sequel, Sorkin would look into the 2019 book, Zucked, Waking Up to the Facebook Catastrophe by Roger McName, who Sorkin has been in contact with. So... okay. So does that mean we get the court case and the memes? Because that would be funny. Like, really, really funny. I believe that was 10 years ago. So, back to disaster. So, Florida's governor, because he's doing such a gosh darn job, has announced he is allowing full capacity for NFL games. Nope. Oh, God. So, this is potentially good news to WWE and Vince. So, Fox Sports 640's Andy Slater reports Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who sucks at this job right now, will allow the Miami Dolphins to have full capacity of 64,000 fans for their next home game. The Dolphins declined the options, deciding to follow CDC guidelines and keep capacity at 13,000. Okay, they're logical. Okay. Spectrum Sports 360's John Alba reports Florida is allowing sports teams to run at any capacity of their choosing as the state moves into Phase 3. WWE continues to run at the Amway Center in Florida, with the lease expiring at the end of October. It is unknown if they will renew the lease or move elsewhere. It was previously reported that WWE told town to prepare to travel again, but no time frame has been established. WWE had tentative plans in place for WrestleMania 37 to take place from Tampa instead of what was planned to be in California because the virus screwed everything up. Florida reported 2,251 cases on the 6th. You know, if I had a pillow, I'm pretty sure I would cover myself and try to not smother it. Yeah. So, the continuing saga that the governor of Florida sucks, and I'm pretty sure Vince is going to try and get a deal on that, since they're allowing full capacity to events if the other places want it. Jungle Kona to be out of action for an extended period of time due to multiple injuries. So I don't know who this wrestler is, but she's part of Stardom. And Stardom revealed that she's currently dealing with 3 major injuries: an ACL rupture in her left knee, an LCL rupture in her right knee, and a complete AC joint dislocation in her right shoulder. Stardom knows that she will need surgery in her left knee and right shoulder. I mean, like, that rupture in her right knee is not important, right? There's no timetable for her return. And her last match was on October 4th. Okay, that sucks. So she probably's been hurt for a while. So, yeah, Riddick Moss, you might need to look at that ACL tear you have and, like, stop. Sucks, really sucks. It totally sucks that she's gonna be gone for a long period of time. Like, those are major, big injuries. Triple H believes Raw and SmackDown will move to a large venue if they leave the Thunderdome. Raw and SmackDown are having a different vibe and feel is important. Triple H said in the post-media call of NXT TakeOver 31, if they move from Amway, I think there will be a larger facility. If that happens, and it will take being the Thunderdome, and it will be different in that unique standpoint. For us, in this venue, I want to stress how great our partnership is with Full Sail and that we will still have it and utilize it in every way we can. Part of this is wanting to be able to do what we're doing here and not being able to have the ability to do that and being able to move. This kind of layout needs to have a residency, and we can do that here. As far as protocols, we continue to take every precaution we can. We work with CDC, we work with local officials and our medical staff, and they create protocols that we follow. Well, all the people in the building were scanned and tested before they walked through the door. They were kept in pods and separated. We took every precaution we can for the health and safety of our talent, staff, and crew. Again, Now they are. Remember, this was the same company that for like what 4 or 5 months didn't do anything besides beside not blood tests that would have actually meant they were trying, but they were just doing fever checks like he's above the he hasn't broken the temperature, he's not a mild fever, he's good. And then the disaster happened, and then they finally start taking things seriously because Vince is a moron. In fact, I was surprised he was not tried for that. He amazingly did not get disasters worth of news after that. Comics icon Terry Moore has big plans for the next few months. His graphic novel Ever the Way Out is on the way to be followed soon after with just announced 10-issue series Serial, which will follow Rachel Rising killer Kid Zoe. Ahead of both series, Moore's Abstract Studio will host an exclusive pre-order for the first volume of Ever through their online web store, which will only be the only place that fans of the Strangers in Paradise creator can purchase the book in hardcover format. So, yeah, I don't know much about Terry Moore. I could be wrong if I recall, but he's both the artist, cover artist, and writer. So he's doing all the eggs in one basket philosophy. But the graphic novel is also going to be available in soft cover through the direct marketplace. So, yeah. So this is an original graphic novel, Terry Moore Ever the Way Out. I don't know much about it, so we'll probably check it out one day, or I can look up details later down the road. Meanwhile, Ron Randall brings Trekker Hunter's Moon to Kickstarter. In Trekker's Hunter's Moon, we follow Mercy and her small crew to a harsh remote moon where they encounter a creature out of their worst nightmares. To survive, they must track it down and kill or be killed. But soon it opens a question as to who is this hunter and who is the hunted. Like every other book of the series, Trekker's Hunter's Moon works as an excellent introduction to Mercy and her world. Each volume tells an entire self-contained adventure. When you put them all together, they just paint a deeper, richer world as we continue Mercy's life story. So, yeah, this is Kickstarter there, and the book is on its way towards doubling its $22,000 $500 goal. With 22 days left to go. So it's pretty good on that. They're making a ton of money with this book, and I'm looking forward to it. But it's not me being jealous or anything, because I would love to see if I could get money enough to fund comic book projects. Okay. So I don't know much about this stuff, so I'm going to just move on from that. DC Comics will continue to be distributed by Diamond UK in 2021. So it was reported by Bleeding Cool that pointing out the issues that British and Irish stores were encountering was a major influence of the decision to allow Diamond UK to distribute DC Comics title again, but only until the end of 2020. So I don't know what the solution is. Well, as of today, it was announced that I've been told that an agreement has been made with DC that will see the distribution continue to supply DC Comics and graphic novels to UK direct markets into 2021, and that to celebrate this, Diamond UK is offering retailers a Diamond UK exclusive variant and cover to Punchline #1 by Brian Boland. No. Yeah, it features Brian Boland's artwork with Punchline. Right? And since this is part of the Batman stuff, I gotta read it. Who knows? I'll probably check it out, and I may or may not talk about a certain war that broke out and ended recently. Chadwick Boseman's Spawn cover 311 sells 150,000 copies. Will crossover match it? So, yeah, Spawn, it surpassed 100,000 orders at FOC this September, and don't be surprised if this is because a certain symbol that was that's part of the cover art, since Chadwick Boseman is being honored in memory of him. Wakanda forever. And yeah, it started like Image Titles hitting 100K at this may become the new normal. As part of the hearing reports of all this year's obstacles, 2020 marks the highest number of Image titles selling 100,000 or more since the 90s. That's telling. That since the 90s that it's causing this massive resurgence in Image Comics. Like between McFarlane's Spawn Mania, there's also the Department of Truth, to the point that they have to get a second printing. including the Scumbag, Commanders in Crisis, Kill of Philadelphia, and Ice Cream Man, and 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 what's coming up with crossover might bring, and yeah, it's going to be a very big year for Image Comics. Let's see if they can keep this momentum heading into 2021 and see if they can get this. And the fact that this is replicating from the 90s, especially after what happened in the 90s with Youngblood and all that. And conveniently, I was watching Linkar's Youngblood videos set in the 90s by Youngblood's disease. So we got some bad news regarding Nightwing in the Fourth World. No, Nightwing the comic series is not canceled. However, what has been canceled is Nightwing, the fearless Nightwing Detective Grayson, or the link's blocking it. Let's see, what was it called? Nightwing Super Cop, that's it. Nightwing Super Cop trade paperback written by Devin Grayson and the Fourth World, a celebration of 50 years hardcover published by DC Comics are all canceled. No. Well, I was actually worried when I first heard this. Was like, oh god, are they canceling the Fourth World Absolutes? I only have one. So yeah, at least the Fourth World Absolutes are still happening. Still a massive book, I will say. So, in the pages of The Dreaming, Waking Hours #2, an American Vampire, American Vampire 1976, issue #1, an advertisement for Razor Blades horror comic book anthology created by James Tyrion IV that Bleeding Cool has been keeping up to date with, and that they have been buying advertising space for non-DC books inside a DC comic book is quite the rarity, and I'm pretty sure it's because of James Tyrion, and he's been a rising guy lately in recent times. Since, you know, he's running Batman, he did Detective Comics and did an awesome run on there. He did Justice League. He's doing some of the Death Metal tie-ins. He's doing Department of Truth, which sold 100,000 issues, which is a rarity, and Image has been helping with that momentum. So, yeah, I think he's rightfully earned the negotiation table department on that front. So, congratulations to James Tyrion, you broke the mold. Giga #1 gets 28,000 orders from Vault Comics. So I don't know what this comics is, but it's one of those smaller creator-owned comic book publishers, literally down to the dial. So they're the smaller companies. Like there's Aftershock, AWA that's rising, and whatnot. But like Giga, I don't know much about this, but apparently 28,000 orders plus is a big shocking number because they didn't expect that to happen. But congratulations on them for succeeding in that, and looking forward to what they bring to the table in the industry. So there are apparently allegations of fraud raised in the Comicsgate trademark battle. So earlier this year, Bleeding Cool reported that Comicsgate creator and critic Princeton, whatever his name, in his attempt to trademark the term Comicsgate. The registration was made by the Common Sense Press Incorporated, a DBAN Pockets, Jack Comics of Dallas. Wait. There's the Common Sense Press Incorporated. Where do I find these guys? I want to talk to them. Because I'm pretty sure they should really publish Common Sense newspapers to the point that people lose their minds. So apparently there's some accusation of fraud, according to documents. I'm not a legal expert, so I'm not capable of understanding this stuff. So good luck to checking that out. The Walking Dead World Beyond showrunner explain why they are only want to do 2 seasons. So this is an exclusive from Games Radar. SFX meets showrunner Matthew Negrate. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try and accidentally say something that I don't want to say. He talks about it. The latest installment in the so-called Walking Dead universe, The Walking Dead World Beyond, has begun, taking place a decade after the zombie apocalypse began, the same year as The Walking Dead Season 10. We know that the new series' main characters are somehow involved with the mysterious organization that whisked Rick Grimes away in a helicopter during the main show. So they said this. The showrunner said, "We're not going to keep that hidden from the audience. We want the audience to catch up very quickly." He tells SFX in the new issue. From then on, it's about finding out more and more about this organization. That's what's really exciting, not just about season 1, but in a 2-season show to finding out even more. Post production had just finished season 1, and season 2 who has been commissioned. However, soon after the follow-up was announced, it was revealed World Beyond would be a limited series event, meaning that at the time of the announcement, it was the only show in the Walking Dead universe to have an endpoint. It has since been revealed that the main show will end after 11. And the showrunner says this was not meant to be an ongoing series. It was always meant to be a limited event series. Along with getting more insight into the show, World Beyond will introduce us a new group of teenagers who've grown up only knowing the world in a post-apocalyptic state. If we're dealing with a show about characters growing up and wondering who they're going to become, I like the idea of starting them off wondering, and then the audience having a really good idea if they made their choices, this is who they're going to become. Being able to write to that, being able to write to an ending is a really great opportunity. That's something I've been really seizing on. My brain is mapping out season 2 currently. Being able to write at the beginning, knowing what your ending is a really good thing. It helps the storytelling in so many great ways. So I haven't been, like I said, I've been pretty much cut off from the Walking Dead universe after some seasons ago. I can't remember which one. I think it was the episode where they revealed the guy saying, "I'm not a scientist. I don't know the cure." Yeah, I think that was it. And I think it was also the last episode I saw was the one where Negan debuts and bashes people's skulls in. So I don't really keep track of the Walking Dead stuff anymore. And I know Carl was killed off, and that sucked everything out and deviated extremely from the comics. Also, the new comic coloring version of the original series is being published, so good luck with that. PlayStation trophy level changes are coming. Here's how they work. So, your platinums are apparently worth more in the new system. Okay, look. Okay, I'm just gonna ask why. Like, they're changing it, saying that they gave the example of your current level is 12, your new level should fall somewhere in the low 200s. Your score may be even higher than you expect if you're a dedicated platinum hunter. Since Sony has increased how much platinum trophies contribute to your overall score to better reflect the effort they require. The new level will be accompanied by icons so you can proudly bear on your... Okay, look. This is a problem I have an annoyance on an annoyance level. Yeah, it's cool with the achievements and everything, but the fact that they're trying to make this a way more serious than it probably should be, yeah, there's a show called Achievement Hunters. I get that, but what's the reward? I kept joking with one of my friends 10 or so years ago, where we said, hey, maybe they should convert the achievement points we earn into Microsoft points when we were playing Xbox a lot. And we joked about this, but I kind of did think that should be an idea. Or we could get a discounted, or we could work towards a discount so it doesn't lead to a bankruptcy of the Microsoft store. But I just feel like it should mean something besides, oh, I got this achievement, hooray. Yeah. So the upcoming Insomniac games, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, setting to launch on November 12th. Titan Books will release 2 books, companion books for it. One fiction and one non-fiction. When I first heard this, I was like, what? So, the first book, November 10th, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Wings of Fury, is written by Brittany Morris, the author of the best-selling Slay, and it will lead into the game itself, coming to terms what it means to be Spider-Man. Meanwhile, the second book will release a full-color coffee table hardback, Marvel's Spider-Man and Miles Morales, The Art of the Game, by Matt Reed, Ralph. Titan called it the ultimate companion, capturing the creative process of the much anticipated blockbuster game. So I was like, when I was hearing the word nonfiction, I was like, okay, Games Radar, why didn't you just call it a companion piece? Why don't you just call it a behind the scenes book? Why have the subtitle be one fiction, one nonfiction? But do you really see Spider-Man running around, web slinging everywhere? No? Okay. But yeah, I'm excited for Miles Morales and everything. I like the guy. I like the character more so than ever. But especially when I watched the movie. But I knew him for before the movie, so I can say that proudly. Hades. So this is a game that I don't know much about Hades, but yeah, the final version launched out early access last month. Apparently, this gamer did a speed run of it, and the world record broke it, and it's just over 7 minutes. By the beards of Zeus, 7 minutes and 16 seconds, verily. Yeah, I bet someone's pissed about that. So yeah, so Hades was probably killed in 7 minutes. Oh, let me correct that. The video says 7 minutes, 16 seconds, 35 milliseconds. Oh god. Man, I will never understand the value of speedruns. Like, they got a world record, so that's pretty cool. So, so, Avatar sequel talk. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone forgot about that, right? So, on the official Avatar Twitter account, from the set of Avatar sequels, CJ Jones owned demonstrating was commissioned by James Cameron to produce basically the Na'vi sign language, and I'm like, what? Like, like I get he wants to. Like, wow, James Cameron is really dedicated. I'll give him that. I will give him that. He's trying to make a Na'vi sign language for the long-awaited sequel. Okay, was it really long-awaited? Like, was anyone really hyped about this? In fact, I kind of forgot this was for a year. But it reminds me of Lord of the Rings, where and The Hobbit, where J.R.R. Tolkien made his own languages up to tell this tale, which was pretty awesome. But it's just insane. I don't see the Avatar being on par with Lord of the Rings in terms of quality. Like, I checked out a little bit of Avatar. It's just like, okay, the visuals are cool, the effects hold up. That's pretty damn awesome. But there's nothing really making me say this is interesting or unique or trying something different with an established property. Like, yeah, I don't really know. So World of Warcraft has changed characters, classes, and leveling before Shadowland launches. It's part of the new pre-game expansion and updates. So with this delay, Blizzard published a pre-expansion pack survival guide to get us ready, and they published it on their YouTube channel and everything. And it talks about all the stuff that's gonna happen with this big patch, and man, it's gonna be really crazy. Crazy. I don't play World of Warcraft, never have. I just never got interested. So, Overwatch Free Try will be available to Nintendo Switch Online members from October 13th. On October 13th till the 20th at 11:59 PST, Nintendo Switch Online members can experience the full version of Overwatch. Fight for the future in intense 6 versus 6v6 team battles using a memorizing lineup of heroes, weapons, and powers to claim victory. So this is a free trial for Nintendo users. So pretty cool for that. I play Overwatch. I haven't played in a while. I'll probably get back to that. I just haven't been motivated to play on there. And plus, I'm a sucker for Halo stuff. The the long form style of gaming and multiplayer, instead of the fast paced style the Overwatch is known for. But with the new SFX, it will allow you to warp hundreds of years into Star Trek's future and see what the future holds for Star Trek, along with a whole bunch of other stuff like the World Beyond, the Truth Seekers, the Haunting of Bly Manor, Saint Maud, Survivors, Raid Alert, And all the reviews coming out about this the world's #1 science fiction, fantasy, and horror magazine. So check that out. I don't know much about it. Xbox marketing boss says next gen game pricing is a super complex issue. Okay. He said this on the Real Deal Xbox podcast. Okay, that's a weird name. The game pricing is a super complex thing to answer. What you've seen from us is what we put gamers first. Is what we want to put gamers first. Our commitment of how we've approached this whole generation is all your gaming accessories work. We're not going to make you pay again for next gen versions of our game. We're doing smart delivery. We're trained to be fan first in every way. That happened because you replaced the general manager of Xbox, which was the best decision you ever did. Speaking on game pricing in particular, stated that game pricing is a super complex thing to answer because in the old days, every game launched at one price and that was it. But we launched Ori and the Will of Wisp for $30 and Gear Tactics as a new title launching this holiday and it's launching for $60. State of Decay. Decay! I knew you'd come! Launched at $40, so it's not a simple answer as to expect to say that Tactics were launching at $60. Greenberg didn't have a simple answer for Xbox strategy to the next gen game pricing, but he has stated that because it isn't a simple answer. However, Greenberg did suggest 70 games retail price might be an exception and might be not the new industry normal moving forward. This all comes, of course, after Sony moved to increase their PS5 games prices to $70, which PlayStation's Jim Ryan confirmed last month that games like Demon's Souls and Destruction will retail for $70, a marked increase from the $60. Okay, and even Take-Two is doing it for NBA 2K21 and Black Ops Cold War as well. So, yeah, if Microsoft keeps all their games like Halo Infinite to $60, and I'll be amazed by that, they have essentially won this generation. Because not only would you get a quality game, you would pay $10 less, and that money makes the world round. So, Star Wars actor Kelly Marie Tran is open to a Rose return with the right story. Okay, this is yeah, yeah, her story was look, there's so much stuff regarding her character's portrayal that bugged people. I get that, but the harassment she got, yeah, that was insane. But I'm just left wondering to myself, what can you really tell with this character? Like nothing really been established in the movies because Disney didn't want to use her as much. So in the final movie, apparently J.J. Abrams had an arc for her, but Disney was like, that's too controversial. So they said no. Yeah. The PS5 launch won't raise your PlayStation subscription fees, according to PlayStation's new terms of service. Yay! But we'll still raise the prices, so you're screwed either way. The Lord of the Rings TV shows could mirror Game of Thrones by including adult content. Yeah, here's the thing. When I heard this, I was thinking to myself, considering that Lord of the Rings, this TV show, is set to be in the same continuity as the films. Yeah, yeah, that's what I heard. But the One Ring.net has confirmed that Lord of the Rings TV show has hired intimacy coordinator Jennifer Ward Leland, whose job typically revolves around making the actors feel comfortable and safe during sex scenes. And a casting call that asks for actors comfortable with nudity for a project that may or may not be the Lord of the Rings stuff. So, yeah. Considering how this has been said that this is set in the same continuity as the films, I don't know if they should do that. I really don't know. Like, I'm all for the dark and push the envelope, but how about for just the violence? So, DC has So as part of the frequent delayed projects they're doing, stuff like Gen 13 and Omnibuses and everything have been, and Absolutes have been delayed from being released sporadically throughout the year and the year ahead to moving ahead to 2021 late 2021 to early 2022. So Gen 13 is among them. So that sucked. Oh, and here's something that made me laugh. Call of Duty Warzone more popular than Fortnite according to a recent teen survey. What? Yeah, this was funny to me because I was like, okay, so, but I haven't heard Fortnite to me is sealed. Its legacy is set. It created a societal shift to some extent in schools that have cliques, because they've made default a insulting term saying that, oh, if you don't have any of these cosmetics attached to you and you're not paying money, you're a default, which is back in my day, it meant for loser. So yeah, I'm like, so even if Warzone beat Fortnite with popularity, it's not going to make the same. It's not going to do what Fortnite did. Oh God, I hate this so much. I just really hate it. I hate it. So, as part of the continuing teardown video, PS5 has to go ahead and yell out, "We have faster Wi-Fi and USB ports. We have more of that than the Microsoft Xbox Series X." Yeah, they one-upped it. They knew. I knew it. I knew this was gonna happen. I had hoped that this wouldn't happen, but they did it. They pulled the one-up card. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it. Like I feared. I had hoped that after the Xbox One and the PS4, we would be done with the one-upping game, but we're back with it. I was hoping we could go one prelude to the console's releases, so that we wouldn't have this bullshit. But nope, we're back with it. Fuck it. We're screwed. We're fucked. We're really fucked. Fucked. Fucked in the north. Fucked in the south. Fucked in the west. Fucked in the east. So, yeah. Fucked. Okay. So, DC Comics' prolific sci-fi author N.K. Jemisin joins the esteemed company as a MacArthur Fellow. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that. If I go into that, I'll have PTSD flashbacks from MacArthur's school days. I will not relive those pasts. So, according to the exclusive update from SFX, the Star Trek show is currently in production. Things are starting to shoot again. It looks like production is starting to start up again regarding the Star Trek universe shows. So look forward to that. Awesome. But we're not going to done here yet. We still have some news. We're going to take a look at some remaining news on IGN because I forgot to look there. Autocorrect Creator releases his first iOS game. Okay, no. Oh God. Oh, there is this bad news. Yeah, let's end the news stuff on bad terms. Colin Trevorrow, the original Rise of Skywalker director, aka the Duel of Fates, posted on Twitter, woke up to the news we had a few positive COVID tests on Jurassic World Dominion. All tests are negative shortly after, but due to our safety protocols, we're going to pause for 2 weeks. Back soon. No. Well, I kind of forgot I thought Jurassic World was ending after Kingdom. But let's hope everyone's safe. Let's hope they all get better, especially with the light of everything going on in America right now. And Josh Brolin even compared Deadpool 2 to being a business transaction compared to the MCU Thanos, so that was fun. So if they have him play Cable and Thanos in the same room one day, I'm pretty sure it's going to screw him over. Oh, God. It is just insane. Insane, man. Insane. Also in November, the Mutants are coming to November on Blu-ray and DVD, so that's cool. So, yeah, that's about it for all the news stuff. let's get into the comics that I got this week. Courtesy of my buddies at Third Eye, yay! We got a host of comics and a graphic novel even. So, let's take a look at what these comics are. The 100th issue of Batman, The End of the Joker War, which was being promoted initially as the final war of Batman and Joker. Yeah, except we know where that goes. So, yeah. Also, they have Damian Wayne on here. He's not in the book, so fuck that. Man, Damian Wayne's in here, but he's not really in the story. In fact, he wasn't even promoted by James Tyrion at the end of it, so yeah, that sucks. It's a wraparound standard cover from George Jimenez. So yeah, George Jimenez designed this cover, beautiful wraparound. Yet I'm looking at this and I'm looking at my Batman Three Jokers book, and I'm thinking this seems lighter compared to those books. I was a little surprised by that. So yeah, I was a little surprised by that. So let's move on with the next book. Part of the continuing quest of Doom Metal. Justice League 54. And this is the variant homaging to Grant Morrison's JLA #1 book. So, yeah, I realized the new variants for the Justice League Doom Metal tie-in was going to mirror off of classic or modern comics that involved the first issues of Justice League or iconic covers. So, like the Star of the Conqueror one was from the original Justice League debut, not in a Justice League book, but in All-Star Comics, I think. I could be wrong. Deceased, Dead Planet issue 4. The Aquaman 2016 poster with Black Canary as Green Lantern with the Green Lantern Corps. It's just like a cruise on here? No, don't see her. Let's hope she's still alive. Oh, speaking of the writer N.K. Jemisin, Force Sector, got that. Variant cover. They really need to showcase her more in the DC Universe comics instead of just being on here. We got J. Willow Wilson's The Dreaming Waking Hours, which has that advertisement of razor blades. Hold on. This. So, pretty cool. On that front. Oh, and one of the few Alex Ross variants I got, Black Widow #2. Ooh, the Alex Ross Timeless variant, along with Black Widow #1 on the standard version of issue #1. So, got that from Third Eye. Cool. Sadly, I could not get Marauders, Thor, and Wolverine. They didn't have them. People already got them. Damn the marketplace. But I still got Marauders, X of Swords, X-Force, Alex Ross, Timeless variant of Beast, and I got Wolverine as part of the X10 of Swords event, so expect 3 reviews of those books coming out. I got Thor #8, which features the old man Thor being beaten down by a beast while Thor eats a sandwich. Yeah, that sounds about right. I also got, as part of my initiative, Champions #1, Outlawed, part of the Outlawed storyline that was established a few months back. I kind of forgot that storyline still existed. But it still exists, so look forward to that. I also got Decorum, variant wraparound version. Yeah, Hickman's great. Last but not least, for standard floppies, I got Adventure Man, who is a woman. Issue #4. So yeah, these are the only 2-image comics. I tried to get Resistance #1, but Resistance trade paperback, but they didn't have it in stock. So I'll have to check in next week when I go back there. So we'll see to that. But what's the graphic novel I bought? Well, it's a deluxe edition. Harley Quinn Book 2. I have Harley Quinn #1. And this covers issues 14 to 27 and the Harley Quinn 25th anniversary special. Yay! These were during the days of Rebirth. You know, the fun times like Harley and Ivy being a couple, or being a pseudo couple, but not really saying it, and being written by awesome writers and artists. Simpler times, and before they went full-blown Deadpool with her. Yeah. So, yeah. That's all the collections I got this week. See you next Wednesday on that. But this was this Wednesday's edition of Neo Reality Collective. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, donate, and stay tuned for more. Stay safe out there, everyone. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.